Hi, Srivalli.
Hi, Shanti.
So today, let us see what are the generative AI implementation cheat sheet. Okay,
Yeah.
there are different activities. We'll walk through them. There are 10 steps on I designed it for a
Mm-hmm.
successful Gen AI implementation for a company from LinkedIn. I got this chart. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll compare for our things also later on for our work, what we are doing it. So first
Mm-hmm.
one is define our objectives. Understand the specific goals the company wants to achieve with generative AI, whether it is content generation or generation objectives is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See here, we worked with one some kind of scenarios. We assumed one company needs services to be hosted on the website
Mm-hmm.
for translation of documents into different languages from English to XYZ languages. Then another service they wanted it. There is a audio files. There are audio files that
Mm-hmm.
need to be transcribed into text files, like medical transcription activity. And
Mm-hmm.
third activity is you need to create some um, audio files from text to audio, speech conversion, speech transition, basically. So that is the those are the three requirements. Now what we did, we identified it. What is the content we need to generate it? What is the requirement? And what are the specific goals
Mm-hmm.
for achieving that? It means we went into different tasks. So the
Mm-hmm.
further these activities are going to explain the planning part for that kind of scenario. Now, second one is data requirement. Assess the types of data that will be needed to effectively utilize AI tools for the identified use case, like product description, etc. Now, in this case, what is the data? If you take document, English document, that is the data.
Yeah.
Then output is different languages conversion document, basically PDF
Yeah.
document. That is the expectation, right?
Yeah.
Then, if you take second scenario, medical transcription means doctor might have discussed it in the audio file. That audio file is the data, input data for particular service. Okay. Then output is it is going to create the report in English.
Yeah.
Later on, if some other doctor from Russia or from German, from French, they need in their languages means obviously you can use translator services. Put the document into that service, it is going to create into three different languages,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Is it suitable the use case?
Yeah.
So the what is the here AI tools for the unidentified use case like product descriptions. It means what are the identified the products here? One is translation, document translation,
Yes.
transcriptions, audio to text to transcriptions.
Yeah.
Then third one is converting text to audio files,
Mm-hmm.
speech conversion, speech transition, basically, right? These three services. So these are the use cases. We also got input files and also we planned for output files. So then what is the third point? Choose the select AI tools. Choose the suitable AI tools and platforms that integrate. So how can you answer this question? Can you tell me? You worked with those services, right?
Yeah. So select AI tools, choose the suitable AI tools and platforms that integrate.
For first
Scalability,
scenario,
ease of integration, and
document translator
compatible
is there,
systems.
right?
Systems. Yeah.
You have to explain
E-
that each
Yeah.
scenario.
Choose the suitable AI tools and platforms that integrate. Yeah, so which generative AI service can be used, and whether we have to do any whether we have to do any new model generation. That's one thing we have to consider.
No, but in these use cases, in these three use cases, you have
Yeah.
to take one by one and explain it.
Okay. So the first use case is text language conversion. So for language conversion, there is a cognitive service in Azure.
Hmm. What is it?
Um, for language conversion, the cognitive service is uh,
NLP related cognitive search
yes.
has got that, right?
Yeah, there is a language model. Yeah, there is a
Translation is there, right?
translation
Translation.
service.
Mm.
Yes, translation
Yes.
service is there.
Mm.
Yeah, and then audio to text. You have um, speech to text conversion service
Yes.
in cognitive
Yes.
services.
Yes.
Yeah.
Third one, text
Uh,
to audio.
text to audio, there is a text to speech conversion service.
Okay. Then considering factors such as scalability, ease of integration, and compatibility with existing systems. In this case, I want you to explain what does it mean, the words like scalability, ease of integration, and compatibility with existing systems. How can we simulate these things in this case?
Okay, so ease of integration with the existing systems, right?
Hmm.
So first we have to check what the existing systems are, and then if they are able to integrate into the cognitive services.
I'll tell one example. The
Yeah,
customer has got the website. In the
yeah,
website, they are hosting this kind of Gen AI services.
yeah,
I showed one Indian site, right? It
yeah,
has
yeah,
got multiple options, right? They
yeah,
all are related with Gen AI only, right?
yeah,
So in this case, you are integrating with that website, your services. Your service is nothing but finally you will be giving input file and you are going to generate that particular output. There will be
yeah.
one URL. You are going to connect to that URL to that site option. Option what you are going to do? Medical transcription is the service you are doing it. Example. Medical
Hmm.
transcription, you need input file is audio file. Then output is PDF file.
Hmm.
In which language you are going to convert it? You are going to do it, take the options. So obviously, in your service, you will be giving one web URL basically
Hmm.
public public URL with the
Hmm.
DNS name. You are going to
Hmm.
create a DNS and attaching this particular URL to that DNS, which is a public site URL.
Hmm.
Okay, that DNS you are going to hook up here to the website page with this option, medical transcription in the HTML.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, okay, later next service is what?
Next service is speech to text.
Yes, speech to text. What are the input files you need?
Speech to text, you need the audio file.
Yes, then output what you are expecting.
You're expecting a document like a PDF or a Word document.
Yes, in different language
Or
options also you can give it.
yeah,
There also you will have. Then third service is text to audio.
yeah, text to audio service. Yeah, text to audio
Yes.
service, you have to give the file, either PDF or a doc file for conversion, and the output will
Hmm.
be audio output.
Right. So that way you are going to integrate with the website. But what is the scalability? Scalability in this sense for these three use cases, how scalability is applied here in this sense?
Um,
We discussed last night
yes,
about
yeah,
this
yeah,
one, right?
yeah,
Scalability for Gen AI applications.
we
So,
did,
what did we
yeah.
discuss? What did we discuss?
So the data requirements, scalability means what the data requirements are, and the pre-processing of the data. So pre-processing of the data, so data requirements means what amount of data is there for pre-processing, and what tools can be used for pre-processing. For example, if it's a huge amount of data, you need a tool like a data lake. Azure Data Lake. Um,
Hmm.
and then the output of that also has to be integrated into the next stage. Like, so that's also uh, we have to feed this output of the pre-processing data into the uh, into something like a data brick or something like that, into a tool for like a data brick for the processing.
Okay, your data brick is used for working for the process of data lakes. Basically, multiple files can be parked
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
multiple outputs can be generated by that service,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Mm.
In data bricks, what you are going to do, you are going to create the data lake format, so staging files. Then later on, you are going to run that AI service. One by one, it is going to be given to the website output as output, right? Then
Yeah.
either it can give physical files, or it can give URLs of that files where you can save them by downloading that way from the
Yeah.
cloud. Okay,
Yeah.
they can store them into the blob, right?
Yeah.
You have to note down this particular requirement, Srivali. You can scale it up and show that also later on.
Mm. Mm.
Let us say you have multiple files in data lakes, you
Mm.
parked them. Then you are
Mm.
running generative AI service.
Mm.
It takes all the input files and it need to send emails with the link, converted link.
Mm.
Whatever output is there, output can be document, it can be MP3 file, it can be any other documents also, from MP3 to audio
Mm.
to document,
Mm.
or document to audio, or document to a translated document into another language, English to another language. Assume
Mm.
that those are multiple files are uploaded. You can upload multiple files also with different
Mm.
names. The
Mm.
same names will be given. Then
Mm.
those are going to be sent to the user in the email ID.
Mm.
In the UI, in the website, you should give the option upload files. One
Mm.
option, right?
Mm.
When you
Mm.
upload it, it is going to store in the blob storage. From blob, you are going to access via data lake. I mean, data bricks area.
Mm.
You're noting down?
Yeah.
Okay. Then after that, you are going to run the generative AI service.
Okay. So yeah.
Then output files are going to generate, and they are going to upload into the blob. Once it is uploaded into the blob, it is going to be created as a public URL. That public URL you're going to send by mail.
Yeah. Can we actually note down? Can you repeat the steps one more time? I will note them down.
1 minute, 1 minute. I'll write the requirement in the notepad here. I'll show the notepad.
Okay.
Oh, where is the document? Let me open notepad. 1 minute. Let me share the notepad also.
Mm.
Requirement is, first requirement is translate English PDFs.
Mm.
To okay, then convert MP3 audio audio content into text or PDF format into English. Okay, third one is convert text format into audio. These are the requirements. Now, create one web interface to host the above services web interface with
Mm.
static web page of AZ blob to host the above services as below. Each of them should have a link with test, link with the above given test. Okay, then when the user clicks, it should take to AZ GenAI app to show A is input file, then B is email ID, C is, we don't need C actually, okay, ID. Then third step is once it is converted into the required output, the user need to get the email with the blog public URL. Each service should have option to facilitate to
Each of them should have, yeah,
upload multiple files, multiple input files. You got it?
yeah. Translate English. Convert MP3 audio content into text PDF. Okay, convert text format into audio. Create one web interface to host the above services as below. Each of them should have a link with the above given text. Um, when user clicks, it should take Azure GenAI app to show input file email ID. Once it's converted into the required output, the user needs to get the email with the blog public URL. Each service should have option to facilitate to upload multiple input files.
Let me rewrite with a script. I'll rewrite
Mm.
this as a requirement. Okay, it will be drafted correctly. All the things sequential order. Now I'll copy it here. You see here. I can say GenAI POCs. Translating English PDFs of up to 100 pages into different languages, converting MP3 audio content into text or PDF format in English, transforming text format into audio. To achieve this, a single web interface, static web page of Azure blog needs to be created to host the services consisting of the following components. Each service
So,
should have a link
mm,
associated
mm,
with a aforementioned tester.
mm.
When users click on a service, they should be directed to Azure Gen AI app to display input file email ID. Once the conversion process is complete, the user should receive an email with the public URL of the blog. I mean, it is not blog, of the output file.
Okay. So are you saying having one common interface that implements all three services,
Yes, yes, in
translating
one page. Yes.
yeah, so that when user clicks on whatever functionality the user wants, with let's say the user wants translating PDFs, language translation service. So you give one
Hmm.
interface like a button or something. You give one
No,
interface.
you write the same thing. This can be written as HTML link, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you just click on that link and it will take you to
Link
that
will take you to
interface.
the services.
No,
In
no,
blog,
services. What do you mean by services? Do you mean like,
app only, your app.
oh,
Services
yeah, yeah, it will
app.
take you to the UI. It will take you
How
that
are you
particular
going to
UI.
host the application? There should be URL for that.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying like the front page will have the URL to the apps.
Yes.
Okay, you click on that link, it will take you to that app.
It will take you to that particular URL, app URL.
Yeah, app URL
See,
only. Yeah,
you know about my VS Kumar coaching app, right? There is a
yeah.
Google app. I mean, Google Play app is there, Play Store app is there, and also web interface is there for that,
Hmm.
for the same app.
Hmm.
You need to give a web interface on this requirement, not the physical app,
Okay.
not mobile app.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, let us switch over to document. Okay, I will do this. I'll copy to Skype. You can note down in a document. Later on, we'll discuss that separately. But I want
Hmm.
you to do some kind of solution demos for these things
Okay.
later on.
Yeah.
Later on, that is the
Yeah.
objective. Now let us complete that part.
Yeah.
The chat. We are in the middle of that. We left
Yeah,
it.
we were discussing about the scalability part. You said,
Yes, yes. Now, where are we? Scalability. Scalability is, you also discussed the same thing, right? It happens
yeah,
the same way. Okay. Then let
okay.
us move to fourth activity. Allocate resources. Determine the necessary resources such as subscription plans or computing power required to deploy and operate selected AI tools. What does this mean? What is your understanding on this?
I'm sorry, which one? Determine the necessary
Fourth,
resources. Yeah.
yes.
Determine the necessary resources such as subscription plans or computing. So the
See,
selected AI
yeah,
tools, if they are available if they are available, so it depends on whether we are implementing this on-premise or on the cloud, right? So if we are implementing this on-premise, then we have to um, first plan for the resources that are required to process this on-premise. On-premise processing means first a
no,
database.
tell me one thing. In generative AI, you're
Mm.
creating the app kind of interface.
Yeah,
It is web URL only. Nowhere it is differentiating whether on
on-premise.
premises or in cloud.
Yeah, yeah,
Development
yeah.
is going to happen in cloud only.
On cloud
Backend
only. Yeah,
development.
yeah, that is
You
true.
worked as a AI developer, let us assume. You are
Yeah,
going to develop in the cloud and releasing the final output. Final output for the user is URL only.
yeah.
So nowhere connected for on-premises and cloud. It is front end. Necessary resources in the technically in the development side. What you need? You need hardly you might need one VM for some other things, but in reality it is not required. You take translation service. You worked with
Mm.
translation service, right? So
Yes.
what are the resources required there in that activity?
What are the resources? Translation service, you just create the service on the Azure,
Hmm.
and you need the endpoint. Endpoint and the subscription keys you need. So you need, first of all, you need an account, Azure account. So which means you need a
Mm.
subscription. Azure subscription is what you need. And then for computing power and all that is already done in the back end. All you have to do is you have to create the instance of the service, and the instance of the service will give you endpoint and the subscription key.
Mm.
So those are the AI tools. If you are using Azure generative AI cognitive services from Azure, that will give you the generative AI functionality. So then you don't have to think about the computing power or about deploying the resources and all that. So all you have to do is you have to create the endpoint and you need the subscription key, and you consume the subscription endpoint with the subscription key in your app. You can directly integrate into the endpoint from your app.
Right, right. So that is simple here with Gen AI services.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry like cloud infrastructure building, DevOps deployment, that on that sense.
Hmm.
Am I right?
Yeah.
For our current requirement, I am
For your
comparing.
current requirement. Yeah. If you're using
Yes,
Azure cognitive
it can
service.
vary later on, but let us not worry on those
Yeah.
things. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let us see here. Fifth point, fifth
Hmm.
activity. Train
Hmm.
models
Hmm.
if applicable. If the selected AI tools allow for customization or fine tuning of models, work on configuring them for to better suit the company's specific needs. Can you explain this entire thing?
Okay, if
What
the
those
selected AI
scenarios?
tools allow for customization or fine-tuning of models, work on configuring them to better suit the company's specific needs, right? So there are already, so these cognitive services on Azure, those are built on existing AI models. So, but there's some models so based on your requirement, there might not be any model, or you may have to fine-tune an existing model to meet your requirement. So if you have to fine tune an existing model to meet your requirement, you can use an existing model on Azure to do that. And there are tools in there are libraries, Python libraries for fine tuning. And you can use something like a Jupyter notebook for fine tuning using these libraries.
Okay, tell me in these three scenarios.
Okay, in these three scenarios, you have so the first scenario is text to speech, right? So text to speech, already the functionality that is provided is you can upload PDF files and document files, or you can even input a URL. It will read the text from the URL and it will convert it into audio files. Now that is the functionality that's existing. If you need any
Mm.
other language recognition is also there.
Mm.
So if you need
So
any other functionality.
see, you spoke about scalability. Let us say
Mm,
you started creating from English to other languages. So
yeah,
now there is a German guy.
yeah.
He wrote to the company, I have German documents, so I need to convert into English and other languages in the countries.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
mm, mm.
Now, is it not a scaling option for that model?
Yeah, because the already the functionality is not given. So there is no functionality for language conversion. It will only do text to audio simple conversion.
No, 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 no. I'm asking about the PDF to English PDF to other languages. But source is English. But
Yeah.
that guy brought the German documents.
Yeah, let's say German document. So
How are you
what
going
is
to
the
do that
requirement?
modification
No,
in the
but what is
application?
the requirement? Is the requirement to convert from document to document, text to text or text to speech? What is the
I spoke to
requirement?
you. The first requirement is
Yeah,
PDF, English PDF to other languages. But
yeah,
the user came and asked, I have German document
yeah, yeah.
that need to be converted into English and other languages. That is the
Okay, okay, okay,
requirement.
okay. Yeah, that
So
is
that is the
the,
requirement given to you as user or
yeah,
customer. How are
yeah.
you going to remodel that?
That's the translation service. You can use the translation service to do that. Um, if you have to remodel or if you have to fine tune the model, then you have to input the pre-processing of the data has to be done. Then you have to input more data. Let's say German language is not there. So you have to
Hmm.
input lots of German documents. Like so, and then fine tune the model. You have to tune the model to be able to read German documents.
No, that is correct. But options are there, na? On screen option or whatever options are there. You can explain them also how you are going to change that and test that.
Um,
See, currently you are not given the language options here. By default, it takes English document only. It is hidden your options, screen options. Now they say now you need to facilitate for German customer also.
mhm,
You will
yeah.
give some tons of documents which is written in the German language.
Mm,
Now you are supposed to change the options there. What are the options? Input document options, English and German.
yeah.
Then you are going to train the model with that options by
Yeah.
testing, by giving English document and converting to other language, by giving German document converting to other language, including English, all those things.
Yeah.
That's where you are going to retrain it, right, in the model for testing
Yeah.
purpose. Then one day, once it is done, you're going to redeploy that the endpoint. That's the endpoint. It changes obviously because of the model. It changed it. The version
Mm,
is changed it. Then you are going to update in the HTML tags or HTML links.
mm, mm.
Then you need to test the website also.
Yeah. So first you need to change the model, and based on the model, you have to change the service. You have to change the inputs. You have to define the inputs and say previously it was defined that it takes only English. Now you have to define the inputs that it takes also German. So
Yes,
that is
yes,
one thing.
that's
That is
correct.
one thing. And the second thing is the application that you're providing that integrates into the service. So that
Hmm.
application also needs to change, and you have to mention in the application, you have to give the provision to the user so the user understands that which languages you can use in the
Yes,
interface.
yes.
Yeah.
That you're going to describe on the website with that heading. You're going to create the same style of boxes in HTML page. There in the within the box you are going to give the description of the service, then you are going to give the link, or with words you are going to go to web page or something,
Mm.
how you have seen other site, right? They are given the same way.
Yeah.
The same way you are going to give the interface to the users, right? Okay,
Mm.
now let us go to the integration part. Integration is integrate AI solutions with the company's existing systems and workflows, ensuring seamless communication and data exchange. Obviously, we have discussed all those in the earlier discussions itself. Integration was there in one of the activities. Here it is given detailed way. The same process is applied. It. Then address
Mm.
privacy. Implement appropriate security measures to safeguard sensitive data and ensure compliance with privacy regulations. Depends on the service, we need to see what kind of privacy need to be maintained for the files. When you upload it,
Yeah.
where they are sitting, that blob privacy, what how to maintain it,
Yeah.
because
Hello?
he is uploading the files into blob basically, which is
Yeah.
hidden for the user. Okay, that
Yeah.
privacies we need to take care. Then training and support. Provide training to employees on how to effectively utilize AI tools in their daily tasks. Offer ongoing support and resources. Yes, obviously you're going to give a demo, obviously either recorded video or some sessions will be there. This
Mm.
is a small activity. A pre-recorded video will do by explaining some samples, by taking a website URL, all those things. Then monitor
Mm.
performance. Continuously monitor the performance of these AI tools solutions in real world scenarios. Gather feedback from users too. You are going to work with the website only as user only during the demo.
Mm.
You are not going to show your Azure portal or anything to him, right?
Mm. Mm.
So you have to show like this is my input file, and I have given my email ID. Then I'm going to show my emails also. Yes, I got the email. When I click on the link, it says download the file,
Hmm.
whatever file it is, whatever output you got it. You have to
Yeah.
test all the options and demonstrate to them in your demo. Then
Hmm.
iterate and improve. Use insights from performance monitoring and user feedback to iterate and on the use of AI tools and enhance its effectiveness. Yes, obviously, feedback is given by the from the user at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There is a monitoring tool connected to these GenAI service. Using that also, you can monitor how these services are being utilized by the users, how the files are getting uploaded, how the files are getting downloaded.
Hmm.
Then you need to give a time limit for the files to stay up to 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, like that. After 3 days,
Hmm.
they are going to be erased. You have to mention in the email, this file is available up to 3 days.
Hmm.
All these are practical things, right? We are getting the
Yeah.
same way in our regular thing, right?
Yeah.
We have to analyze that way. Okay, so these are
Hmm.
the 10 steps. He has designed wonderfully, but in reality, yes, these are the activities. Earlier also we discussed it. We are recapping all
Hmm.
these things in this
Hmm.
session,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So I will stop recording, and
Yeah.
then we'll go for other thing now.